Hey, my name is Attorney Walter Wolf, not the third. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. We're going to be going through basically the next question, which is question 195. And the question is, how does your COPD limit your ability to function? All right, I put this one in specifically because a lot of individuals would come to me and say, I have COPD and I've heard that I should automatically be able to get Social Security disability benefits, which is not just wrong, it's almost for disability attorneys like a ringing, whining, sounding wrong. And here's why. A lot of people that have COPD do not have COPD anywhere near what's required to actually be found disabled. And what they look at is, and keep in mind, COPD, it's a highly objective medical diagnostic impression, medical condition, which, to be fair, most of you guys don't fit into. So they use this test, right? And everybody knows the test. So you blow into this thing, then they give you medication, you blow again, they measure the different numbers, and they look at some basic functions. They look at the FEV1 and other numbers as well. But the whole point of this is that this is more of an objective analysis medical condition for the SSA. Some of them, like depression, some of them, like anxiety, are more subjective, right? It's less like machine output the information. But COPD basically is more objective, which means like, the machine output the numbers and we use those numbers to, delineate whether or not you were disabled under their listing requirements under element 3, or it could be used in combination with other impairments to see if you could get, a vocational allowance. Now, here's the deal. COPD people, when you sit there and you're thinking about, well, how do I show that I'm disabled related to this? Well, you're going to show basically limited ability to walk, limited ability to lift, difficulty with breathing, difficulty with bending down, difficulty with reaching up over your head, over your shoulders. You're going to talk about cloudiness of the mind. You're not getting enough air and volume into your lungs. You're not getting enough air assimilation with your blood. Bottom line is, it's like, imagine you're underwater and you're having a difficult time being able to breathe. Now, some of you guys are running around like, look, if you have a COPD situation and you're still smoking, then many of the judges will de facto deny you, and that's just on a principle thing. And the reason why is that judges do not want to see you get disability benefits and spend that money on cigarettes or tobacco-related products. The other thing too, and some of you will sit there and be like, why is this attorney so against, smokers? I'm not. I don't care. I don't give one bleep whether you smoke or not. I really don't care. Like, if you die from cancer at 50 or you live to 1,000 and you're a smoker, it doesn't matter to me in the slightest. Like, after you've done this job for years and years and years, you learn to separate yourself from those individuals who are doing something negative to them, to their body, to their experience with life, and you let them, nature takes its course. If a person wants to smoke, they should have the freedom to smoke. They should. It's just the bottom line. I go either way with it when it comes to whatever you want to do with, you can smoke or not smoke, it doesn't bother me, So here's kind of the bottom line with the functional analysis on this. You have to show how a person at a very high level of limitation with getting enough air would have difficulty with functioning. That's the whole big thing here. So when you talk to the judge, you want to have a few things in your back pocket, like difficulty with climbing stairs. By the time you get to the 4th stair, extreme difficulty, I can't breathe, blah, blah, blah. Difficulty while sitting and reading. When I try to read, I can't focus because I'm slowly running out of breath until I have to start increasing my airflow, stuff like that. Or, Your Honor, I have to use the machine so often. I have to use, the medication so often. I'm constantly, having to go back to it, blah, blah, blah. You have to have lined up the reasons why you couldn't do basically at-home / outside / work-related functions due to your COPD. Now, going back to the original part of this, COPD. A lot of you guys, especially in your 40s, will come to me and say, I've got COPD and I'm going to go get disability benefits. And then about 5 to 10 months later, I'll usually get a phone, usually 10 to 12, because they don't realize what forms they need and it takes forever through the process. But I'll get a phone call. Oh, they denied me. How dare they? How could they? Oh my goodness. If you're in your 40s and you're pushing for a COPD, it's a very, 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 very steep slope to try and get up that hill. So just understand that ahead of time. If you don't have other impairments, it's purely a numbers game based upon what the listing is. So go look up the listing for COPD, go learn about it, go understand what the numbers are, It's not that hard. It's about, like when you look at the very first in the beginning of it, it's, well, how tall are you? Are you male? Are you female? Are you over 20? Blah, blah, blah. And they just give you the numbers right there. It's not hard. Like some listings are like, wow, geez, I mean, what does this mean? But then some listings are like, there you go. You know what I mean? You're either A, B, or C. You're C. There you go. So just kind of keep in mind, like, and understand too that when you talk to attorneys about your COPD, like, there's people who really can't breathe. Like, they're using a walker because at any moment their capacity to be awake disappears and they fall down and they need a place to sit, or they just can't. Those people are individuals with the correct FEV numbers. When you're like, well, I was shopping at Walmart and I just noticed, I was like, I just needed some more air, so I went outside, but then I was okay. That's not what they mean by listing level COPD. Okay, I just want to, and like some people would be like, well, I want to give my man what he wants, and I'm going to give my man what he wants because he pays the bills. I understand. I get it. I get what you're doing there. But the bottom line is, you got to understand, they don't care what choices you make in your life about doing functions that are difficult for you. So just keep in mind, like, if you really had COPD that bad, you would not be able to make those choices about doing whatever you're doing in your daily activities. You just wouldn't be able to do them, right? All right, my name is Attorney Walter, if not the third. If you want to help me out, 5-star reviews are the best thing to help me out. There's links below for like Google, Avo, Better Business Bureau, stuff like that. They really help me compete against the big box firms. So if you could leave me one, I'd super appreciate it. Also, if you want to catch up with me, shoot me an email, give me a call. If you want to catch up with me during the live, 8 to 10 p.m. every Thursday, I go live on YouTube. You can always catch up with me there. All right? Have an absolutely wonderful day. Attorney Walter Knott, thank you so much. Bye-bye.